Are you bracing for additional restrictions for restaurants in Texas?
Yeah, it's looking, unfortunately, like it's possible we'll be rolling back on Friday. Friday will be the seventh day. If hospitalizations stay above 15%, the governor's orders say that we go from 75% in restaurants back to 50%, and that bars will close. So, we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can actually go back below the threshold. But unfortunately, right now, it's looking like that's what's about to happen.
Can you give us a sense of what the financial picture looks like for your restaurants right now? How is the business doing relative to the same time last year? And what are your concerns if, in fact, there is a reduced capacity?
Well, the difference is it's more about the negative feel and the atmosphere than it is the rollback. With the 6-foot rule, most restaurants can't operate at more than 50% capacity anyway. So going from 50 to 75% didn't really give us any more opportunity for revenue. It actually gave us just more positivity in the air. And so now we've got the opposite effect happening, right? The cases are rising, and the hospitalizations are going up, but our hospitalization stays are much lower. It's a large calculus equation that most people don't really pay attention to very often. There's about 6 or 7 variables that involve how these things fluctuate, and it's hard for people to comprehend that. We've been operating since May 1st very safely and been very successful at doing it. So I don't feel like the restaurants are the cause for the rise in cases. I feel like it's just people have a little bit of COVID fatigue, and they're getting out and gathering in groups at home, and it's cold out. So, but we're going to be the ones that are the brunt of the problem. It looks like right now with the negativity that's in the air. It is going to hurt business. And to answer your first question, we're running about 60% of our revenue from last year.
Tim, that's a tragic number. I wonder, I mean, speaking for yourself, but also speaking for restaurateurs in general, who at this stage of the game can envision the vaccine getting delivered. There's almost a timeline that we're working with now. I just wonder, what do you think is the calculus of trying to decide whether you can make it through, say, the next 3 to 6 months and be there for when this thing is widely available?
Well, we feel like that at this moment in time, we're kind of reverting back to our May and June operations. In May, we were at 25%, which clearly at 25% capacity, we don't make any money. Our goal is to get people back to work, get them employed, make sure that their families are fed. I've got 500 people I'm responsible for. So it's important to me that we stay open and keep these people employed, but obviously in a very safe way. So now our outlook now, like you said, it's a timetable. Really, it's a race to the finish line, which is about March 15th, which quite frankly is exactly when this thing started, honestly. And to where the vaccine's out and the confidence comes back to everybody in the marketplace. I mean, the one thing that nobody's really talking about is, a lot of businesses got PPP, myself included. And I want to bring this up because it's very important. That money, according to Mnuchin, is tax-free. The problem with that is, though, you don't get to take the normal deductions that you normally would. And so there's a lot of small businesses out there that aren't realizing what's about to happen, which is you don't get to deduct your payroll. You don't get to deduct your rent. You don't get to deduct all these expenses. So really, the money isn't tax-free. You're really paying tax on that PPP money. People are going to get to the end of the year and realize they owe 30% of the money that they just used to pay their employees. It's going to be a really, really bad deal. And I want to bring that up because if we don't address that soon, that's what's going to put all these small businesses out of business.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.